I'm Stephanie,
I'm Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus.
This has turned into quite a fun day for us, isn't it? I have some new ideas.
Okay.
So I'm just going to start saying fun. Like when I don't really know how to categorize something, like, oh, that was fun. I'm going to start saying that.
Okay.
And my other thing is, I'm going to start referring to Jackson's blocks at school
Uh-huh.
as games. Like, how was your first game today?
Oh.
How was second game, third game? Because I accidentally asked him the other day, how was your test in your second game? And he was like, what? I was like, oh, I kind of like that. So let's just start calling them all games.
Was he down for that?
He was. And I was like, would you prefer like innings or any? He was like, no, games is fine, Mom. I was like, okay.
Don't go too deep.
Yeah. It's like games is fine. He just tolerates the crazy, just laughs and shakes his head.
Well, they do start saying weird things back to us sometimes.
Yeah, they do. And we're just preparing them for life,
Yeah.
for all the weird that's out there. So, and have you ever heard that thing too? Like, I talk trash to my kids,
Mhm.
so they're prepared when they go out and other people talk trash to them.
Yeah, there was something on one of the social media things saying, don't come to my house if you're soft because my kids
We're going to roast
will
you.
ruin you.
Yeah, absolutely. We are not for gentle parenting.
Although Dylan, is not, too big of a trash talker to me.
Jay's not either. It's really to anybody. Jackson will talk a little bit of trash to his friends, but they all kind of do that. But in sports, he's not really, like on the court or field, he's not going to talk a lot of trash.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really get riled up by
Dylan does.
that. He does. He gets heated.
I think because he stays calm for so long and
Yeah.
then the person just continues.
And yeah,
And not that he really says anything back, but that
it fuels his.
it does.
Yeah.
Even like when he played football, he had to get hit one good time
Mhm.
for him to like get into power drive.
And he was over it.
Yeah.
And he was going to take it out on them. And
But he wouldn't out the gate,
yeah,
like go hard.
yeah,
But he got hit one time and
yeah. And that was it.
yeah.
I can always tell when, because Jackson does, you're right, he kind of lets it build, and then and it could build over several games.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, this person thinks they can do something to him, and it's not gonna. And it's honestly, it's usually not talking. It's like you said, it's a physical. They think they can take his ball, and it's not gonna happen. Like you are not taking that ball. He's in what we call bulking season. Like this is the time of year where they're lifting weights so much, and they're really building. And his undershirt he wears under his basketball uniform, it's very, very tight, and he's very, very big. And I was like, Jackson, do kids talk trash to you? And Brad's like, who's going to talk trash? Like his arms are busting out of his shirt. Would you talk trash? And I was like, yeah, I would.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to take so long, and then he's going to be more physical. It's really not going to say anything back.
Yeah. Yeah. I was always the trash talker.
I believe it. I believe it.
And I thought I could back it up. I mean, I could handle myself, but like I really thought I'm what, 5 something.
Pocket
5'2",
person.
5'2". And
Are you 5'2" now?
5'2" and a quarter. No. But
With shoes.
yeah, I mean, you would think back in the day that
Mhm.
I thought I was like 6'5", and
You were one of the ladies of wrestling. You were part of Glow, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
no, I definitely thought that I could.
Mhm.
Yeah, I talked a lot of stuff I probably couldn't have backed up.
Some of Jackson's friends that aren't quite as big as him have said, if you got my back, I'm gonna keep talking trash. And Jackson's like, go ahead. Like, I mean, most of the time refs separate stuff before
Yeah.
it escalates.
I
Anyway,
always had 2 sisters. If we were out somewhere, I
Yeah.
always had somebody, and if anybody messed with
oh yeah,
my sisters,
Yeah.
it was like the crazy little sister that was like jumping over people, trying to
yeah. Get to them. They had to hold you back,
take their head off.
right? Right.
But
I
it
get
is
it.
what it is. I've
It is.
very much mellowed out in my older age.
And the drugs have helped.
It has. There's only like 4 squirrels instead of like 20 squirrels.
Some of my other squirrels have just moved on to other people's heads, maybe. Well, I told you when we were just talking to Tracy, which that was so much fun.
It was.
That Brian and I were listening together to our episode from one of our episodes, and he was like, quit skipping ahead. What are you doing? And I was like, babe, I'm not skipping. That's just how we think. Like, we're kind of all over the place sometimes. He was like, how do you even keep up? I was like, no idea. We
don't.
just do. Yeah, we just go. We just go.
We roll with it.
We do.
Flow.
We do. We do.
But I'm thankful that I have somebody that is just as scattered as me.
100%. But for 2 scattered people, we have a lot together.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some stuff. So,
TikTok's back.
well,
We think.
Jackson just said it's not.
Oh.
So it was banned for maybe 12 hours, and we both checked and it's back for us, but he said it's not back for him, so maybe it's taken some time to come in for people.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the ban because I
Yep.
feel like this is super shady. Congress voted on this a while ago. They tried to pass the bill to extend it,
Mm-hmm.
and the horrible, evil Mr. Cotton Butthead, senator from Arkansas, Tom Cotton, blocked it.
Mm-hmm.
He stood on business. He meant every word he
10
said.
toes down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And he said no.
Yeah.
So we all know TikTok went down Saturday night. And tell me why there is at least 27 congressmen or women, whomever, that own Meta stock, Google stock, and Amazon stock, which is all what has been affected by TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And they are voting on the laws that regulate these, and they own all the stock. So is that not insider trading?
It should be, yes. That should count as that and as federal crimes.
Thank you. How is that not illegal?
Well, the rules are meant to be bent, I guess. I don't know.
So now, of course, Americans being the petty nation that we are, and I love you all for it, you guys. I am here for the petty, you know, that have gone to RedNote, and then there's other
Mm-hmm.
versions of TikTok in like Russia and India, and
TikTok.
people have flocked to all these other versions and
Uh-huh.
are experiencing all these other cultures, which I think is amazing.
I do too. You know, I'm all about cultures and
Yeah.
accents and languages and stuff. So, but my question is, and I have done zero digging on this. So, can you give me like the third grade level on why are we banning TikTok?
They said it's a security risk because there is the potential for
Data breaches
trying
and stuff?
to get our data.
But
But there has been no proof that has happened. The owner of TikTok is not even Chinese. He's from Singapore.
So, but is there not that risk on pretty much every
Yes.
single
Yes.
thing?
And the
Like Sheen?
See,
Don't take my Sheen.
do you know that on Redbook or whatever they're calling it now, Little Red Book or whatever, they said that they don't know what Sheen is in China. Like, where is Sheen then? Like, how is that not a thing there?
Okay, next time I send something back to Sheen, which they never want stuff back.
I know.
I was gonna say I want to put a little air tag in it and track it.
I doubt it goes back to China though.
Probably doesn't.
It would cost more to send it back than
Yeah.
it probably costs.
Than the $2 it takes to
Yeah.
make my formal gown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I'm learning so much though, like
Yeah.
on this app, besides being asked to be a sugar baby.
Which I do not know why you declined.
It was a hard pass. Really, once they see me in like real life, they'd be like, "Oh,
Oh no, they'd up your pay, baby.
But yeah, so the cost of living is so much cheaper than I thought it would be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like their grocery store prices are so low.
How much are their eggs?
I don't know, but their bananas were like 7 cents.
Oh my gosh. And you know all that stuff is so much fresher
Yeah.
and less preservatives, which, side note, because squirrels, they did ban red
Right, red
and
dye.
red dye in US. The FDA did ban that.
5 Twizzlers, which are like wax anyway. Who actually likes Twizzlers?
My sister. I don't know why.
How are Twizzlers still a thing?
I don't know. What's your go-to gas station? Like I know that like food issues or whatever, but like if you could go in and pick a candy or a chip, what's your go-to gas station?
Okay, for
Snack.
chips,
Uh-huh.
would be salt and vinegar.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
For candy, I would go with either Sour Patch Kids
Mm-hmm.
or Nerd Ropes or like the
Nerd
Nerd
clusters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would go for just regular old-fashioned red bag Doritos.
Okay.
And I wish there was a way to get extra cheese on those.
Doritos, we need extreme.
we need Doritos Nachos Cheese Extreme, please. And then just old-fashioned Reese cups, I think.
Okay.
Or Reese Pieces. Depends on if I'm feeling like dealing with the wrapper.
I am not. I am not a peanut butter fan.
Yeah.
So that would not work for me.
Not for you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But give me some like sour stuff. I love
Salt and vinegar and sour?
Mhm.
All of that.
All of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Sour Patch Kids embodies me.
I could see that.
If I was a candy, that would be what I would be.
Yeah. Well, I would be a sugar baby.
I would not. Because again, once Once we got into it. But I didn't realize there's so many Chinese people that speak English, and they said that they learn languages super, super young, which I totally think should be something in the US.
Yeah, I
They should
agreed.
start learning a language because once you get to middle school,
Right.
you don't care.
Well, and the retention
Yeah,
is impossible. So there used to be Spanish taught in elementary schools, I want to say around here, but our kids miss that. I I would love to learn another language right now, but my brain retention is
I can't. I
no.
tried.
Yeah,
I
I did
can't.
too. So yeah, they in English, like everybody knows English.
Hmm.
And they speak it really well on the
So
red
good.
whatever.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're so welcoming and they'll ask questions and
Yeah.
they love pets. They're like, if they say cat tax, you have to post a picture of your cat or your dog or like whatever pet you have.
It's because they want to eat them.
No, they
They're
don't.
eating the
They said they don't.
dogs.
They said they don't do that.
See all the misinformation we've been given.
So yeah, so when somebody posts cat tax, we have to get in the comments.
Oh well, oh well. I haven't downloaded it yet. I don't know what I'm waiting on.
Oh, and then the food, like they're teaching you how to cook real Chinese food.
I probably wouldn't like real Chinese.
It looks so
Does it?
good.
Like
Oh
beef
my
and
gosh.
broccoli
Yeah.
and the
Mhm.
chickens and stuff?
Yeah, they're like your Chinese food is not like Chinese
No,
food.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's not.
So,
I saw in one of the, I think it was Mama Drama, somebody said, somebody not in the US, what's TikTok like without us? And they were like, quiet.
well, somebody said that they were like making tons of jokes about us.
Yeah, that too. And then somebody said it's just a bunch of Canadians now. It's funny to see all that stuff.
Yeah, so they are teaching Chinese. Like people have been asking, how do you say this in Chinese? So they're actually making videos of how to say different phrases and stuff, and it's swear words. That's the one that I'm on. I'm on the sweary one.
Are you on Swear Top RedNote, whatever it
What?
is? Yeah. I couldn't even figure out what I was supposed to say.
She was in my For You feed or whatever
Yeah.
that's Explorer feed, whatever that's called over there. And she said, this is how you say F you. I'm like, stop,
Right.
follow.
Tag that one or whatever you do on that one to save that to your page.
Yeah.
So you can reference that whenever you need to.
So we, as Americans, are trying to make it into TikTok, but I think it's more of an Instagram like
Okay.
thing, which I'm sure is frustrating people that have been on this app forever,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
I
I think I'm fascinated with
Yeah.
all the things that are on there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's just like any new platform. You have to kind of figure it out, right? And see where it goes. I forgot that TikTok had been around as long as it had.
Hmm.
So I vividly remember like 2020 was when it blew up.
Right, because we were in the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Was it around before?
Uh,
I mean,
well, so it was Musically at one point,
okay.
and then Musically I think got bought up by TikTok. But because when Dylan, when it was Musically, and it saved the videos, like transferred over
Okay.
when it became TikTok. But Dylan had asked me to do a Musically with him, and I was in like I looked like a freaking hot mess. I don't know, I had an old T-shirt on. I just looked awful,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, and he's like, Mom, I have like 2 followers. He was in like fourth, fifth
Right, right.
and I was
Mhm.
like, fine. So we did it. It got like 12,000 views overnight. And I was like, Dylan, you told me it was going to have 2 views.
Right.
He's like, well,
Yeah.
here it is.
It amazes me that some of my videos that I think are amazing are like, okay, you got 500. And then some that it's just like Jackson throwing a disc at track is like 15,000 views. And I'm like, it makes no
Yeah,
sense.
I know.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
so I'll let you guys know if I download RedNote.
Oh, and the other thing that they are sharing is our embassy's announcements over there. So the one that I had caught was that they're sharing that, and it seems like grossly like inaccurate, is that the average U.S. household net worth is 1.2 million. That's what that's what they told the Chinese people. Like,
And I'm just trying to think, okay, if our bajillionaires are that rich and
does it
then,
really offset us by that much though?
right, that's what I was trying to think. There's no
I
way.
don't think so. It seems
Well,
very,
and
very,
1.4 million is different in LA than it is
yeah.
here.
I don't know. To me, it just seems like it's very inaccurate.
Yeah, right. I don't understand that at all, but I don't know.
Well,
Mm.
I saw on Peacock while I was going to go watch some mindless TV that there is a new Diddy documentary on there, which I have
Oh,
not watched yet. I will
okay.
watch it the next time we talk.
Okay.
But there is a new documentary on there.
There's one on Netflix. I think it's Netflix or Hulu too. Have you watched either of those?
Mm-mm.
I'll try to watch those and then we can compare notes.
Yeah. I don't think 50 Cent has come out yet. I was really trying to hold out for his because I think his is going to be amazing.
Probably. I just tried to type some notes,
Uh-huh.
so I remember to watch that, and it autocorrected Diddy to Sissy.
Well, if the shoe fits.
I mean, I think sometimes AI knows what we need when we don't even know what AI
This
needs.
is true. This is very, very true. So the Super Bowl is going to be in a couple weeks.
Yep.
And we had talked about Kendrick being the halftime show.
Yes.
And Drake has already filed a lawsuit against all of the people.
Drake against everybody.
It's pretty much it. So he filed a blockbuster lawsuit against Universal Music Group and then laid the foundation for adding the NFL if they air Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us during the Super Bowl. So he has left it open to be able to add the NFL.
I love that song though.
That's he will sue the NFL and he will sue whatever network the Super Bowl is going to be
But
aired
Jay-Z okayed it.
on.
That's interesting that they are able to do that with the legal paperwork is
So
to
that was
leave
like,
that open.
is Lil Wayne gonna get the phone call?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So in the lawsuit filed in federal court, Drake sued Universal Music Group and the record company behind both of the rappers for defamation and harassment, calling its release and promotion of Not Like Us an example of valuing corporate greed over the safety and well-being of its artists.
Mhm.
Because the artwork for Not Like Us showed Drake's Toronto home with like a little
A pin
dotted
drop.
marker, yeah, and indicating a registered sex offender. So right after that artwork dropped, somebody had come to his house and there was a shooting and his bodyguard got injured or one of his
Mhm.
security team got injured.
Mhm.
Plus there was two other attempts of trespassers after that artwork dropped.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, there could be lots of legal action coming
Yeah.
from that.
Sounds like there will be.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that his house with that information on
I
him.
didn't either, but now it makes more sense
Yeah.
of why everything is going on that is going on.
So I listened to several of the podcasts that we had talked about a few weeks ago with James English, Anything Goes.
Uh-huh.
I listened to the one with, oh my gosh, what's the lady's name that was intertwined with the Beckhams? Did you listen to that one?
Mm-mm.
I forgot her name, but he was a great interviewer and he would just let them go. But she talks a little bit about Victoria Beckham, and this lady's was, I think she was David Beckham's assistant,
Okay.
and then things
Progressed.
might have, allegedly. And yeah, every time something would circle back to Victoria Beckham, she would say, I don't really want to talk about that. I don't want to disclose that. So I thought it was pretty nice that she was a little bit private about that.
Was she still a hoe?
But it was still like cart before the horse kind of thing. Like you already let that horse out.
Yeah.
Like that horse is out of the barn and gone. Why are you going to do that now? But anyway, he was a great podcast dude.
He is. He's a great interviewer.
But like you said, the Scottish accent, it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
You cannot listen to him talk on a higher speed.
Yes.
I couldn't.
No. And then even just listening to him, sometimes if I was kind of multitasking, zoning out, I'd be like, what did he just ask? Especially with the bodyguard of Diddy. It was just like he was talking in circles and the Scottish guy was talking so fast and his broke. Oh, and there was one when he was interviewing the lady with the Beckhams, he said, is it better? And she was like, better? And he said, better, better. And she was like, bitter. Oh, bitter, bitter. Like there was a little bit of a breakdown there. That was entertaining to listen to.
Yeah. And I'm surprised he doesn't have more followers.
He will now because we've recommended him. You're welcome, James English.
You know, and if you ever want to interview us,
we're here. And I would
super interesting.
I would swoon with that accent. Just, I would just let you do all the talking. I love the accents. And this is not a surprise to anybody.
No. Mm-mm.
So what else? What you been doing? We hadn't even really talked about like what we've been doing.
I don't do anything.
Okay, fair enough.
I just been working on our website.
I love it. It
Yes.
looks so good.
Yes, that will be coming soon.
It will be coming soon. You've done a lot of good work in there. I really appreciate it.
So that's what I've been working on.
Yeah, that's very time consuming. It's a lot of, once you figure it out, it might not be that bad.
No, it just takes like the uploading of the
Yeah,
videos and all that stuff. So it's just
but I love it, and I love the tiers that you have set up for people to
memberships.
to get access to videos and then bonus apps when we start releasing those.
Yes, or After Dark.
hmm After Dark Circus. So we're recording a little bit early because just schedules and stuff.
Yes.
So tomorrow is actually Monday, the 20th,
Uh-huh.
and it's also the national,
Inauguration.
well, that too, but I was going to talk about what was more important was the national championship for college football. So for those of you that like that, go cheer for Notre Dame.
Well, this will be already done by the time this airs, but Snoop is going to be at the inauguration.
Is he?
Yes.
And that's also tomorrow. Looking forward to watching all that and seeing who's there and who's not there. Is he performing?
I think so.
If he sea walks in his blue
I
bandana
want to see
outfit.
Trump sea walk. Not just his little shuffle.
Right, but the whole
Can you do that?
I'm sure I can. I feel like I could, but I probably
I
can't.
feel like I could if I drank.
It doesn't look that complicated,
No.
but
My brain into my feet,
there's
there's a disconnect
oh yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. It's about right here. My shin. It makes it all the way to my shin and then it stops. Yeah, I'll try it in a minute. I'll show you what I got.
I will.
Can you twerk? Like really like pop your booty twerk like good twerking?
I could. I used to. My butt kind of shrunk a lot and I don't have as much to throw back anymore.
Got you. I mean I can do it a little bit, but I can't do it like some of the girls that
No,
are just
I like am so envious when the girls on Mama Drama do
hmm
their posts like
Oh yeah.
your twerk and like
Yeah.
those girls are popping it.
Uh-huh. You know that I used to be on TikTok, rest in peace. Um the video where it was like don't and they'd walk and they'd shake and I'm like I can do that. And then I'd watch myself in the mirror. I'm like it just doesn't translate.
No, in
It
my
doesn't.
head.
Oh yeah, I look real good in my head,
Yeah.
but no.
No.
But you know, I said TikTok rest in peace. It's halfway back now,
Yeah.
so it's coming off life support.
Again, I think Meta has something to do with it because
Yeah.
Meta now has the same little thoughts bubble
Yep.
on your profile pic.
I mean make that a little bit like if you're trying to hide it, I don't know,
Maybe
whatever.
they'll make the announcement at the inauguration tomorrow.
Maybe.
Because they're all going to be there.
That's true. All
The CEO of TikTok is going to be there. Zuckerberg's going to be there. Elon will be there.
I hope nobody bombs it.
Why don't put that out there?
It's not going to get bombed.
It's going to be amazing.
It will be.
Snoop's going to be there. Nobody can bomb nothing. All right. Are you ready for Am I the A-hole?
Always.
Okay. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
You go ahead.
Okay. This is by Cricket Mad. Am I the a-hole for telling my wife that sometimes her girl math is stupid? My wife has this thing called girl math, which didn't bother me too much for a while. That was until we got a home and had kids. What I mean by girl math is if I order something using the Starbucks app, then I get X bucks back. When you think you saved $100 by getting a $200 dress for $100. Well, you did save
You
$100.
did.
I mean, that's like legit math.
That's real math. That's not just girl math.
Yeah. Okay, you just don't get it, buddy.
Right.
When you when you get an expensive handbag, but it's on sale and the new price is only $300, it's still pricey, but girl math says I just saved $250 on this bag because it was $550. That makes sense to me.
Same.
Why it doesn't that make
I don't
sense?
understand why this guy's stupid.
She said I was being a bit dismissive, but honestly, that's how I feel. Like if you spend $150 on a dress because it's on discount, you're not actually saving money, you still spent money. Also spending what, $100 to only get $2 back doesn't make any sense at all. Your post doesn't make any sense at all. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, where is the miscommunication?
So, is that it? Does he have anything else? That's it?
Uh-huh.
Well, he's a poor writer, first of all. So he's obviously not good at math nor English.
So he's mad that his wife is shopping deals.
It sounds like it.
Happy.
He should.
Because if she only bought stuff when she needed it, that 150 dress could actually cost 400 if she bought it at the time she needed it.
Well, and sometimes it is okay. So if you're at the store and you're already spending $100 and you get $10 back, great, do it.
Yeah.
But if you're spending 80 and you're like, oh, if I spend 100, I get 10 back, and you're really, you're not
Yeah, but if you still need something and it's
right,
$20, you're
right,
just saving $10.
right. If you're not just buying like $20 worth of ice, I don't know. I mean, you might need that. I don't know. But I'm just like, sometimes it doesn't make sense, but most of the time it does.
I totally think you're the a-hole.
Yeah. Girl math is a real thing.
It is. Has
It
Brian ever got on you about that stuff?
Girl math? No.
No.
No, and not about spending to save. Because usually it does make sense
Yeah.
to buy stuff on sale or buy stuff and I'm big on like getting points and coupons and that kind of stuff. Now, the only time Brian has trouble with my math is when I make a slate because it's a real condition. It's a real condition. I meant to tell you this the other day. I am one of these people that think I have more time than I really do.
Uh-huh.
And I'll try to get ready or whatever, and then I start doing laundry, and then again, I just got a lot of squirrels in my head, and I will forget what I'm supposed to be doing, or I'll get tied up in something else. But there is a condition, and I'm going to tell you what it's called. It is called, bless you, that was the
Thank you.
daintiest sneeze I've ever heard in my life. I sound like a grandpa in church when I sneeze. That was the cutest thing ever. I sound like I have got a hanky in my pocket and a big old schnoz when I sneeze. That was adorable. I love you even more now.
I have pocket sneezes.
You had pocket sneezes. That was tiny. Did that even feel good? Like, did that relieve the need to sneeze? Next time I need to sneeze and I'm here, I'm going to let her rip, tater chip, and you're going to just be like, what just came out of your face? What noise was that? Okay. I have Tito Tso optimist, a person who is constantly late because they believe they have more time than reality affords. So I have Tso optimism.
So, so you're delusional.
Only about time. But yes, fair. That's Delulu.
I don't know how I got on this page, but I'm loving it on Facebook. I'm seeing all the reels for it, and it's not Optimus Prime, the other bad guy, the Decepticon guy, Megatron, where it's like the robot at the Universal, and he just talks trash to everybody.
Oh, have you been there and heard that?
No.
We've talked about not being a Universal before. He does. It's great.
Before, just not recently.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to offend.
Dylan was like, "No, I don't want to go to the amusement park," and I'm like, "Oh."
We'll add that to our podcast trip.
Yes.
List.
It was just like a United States tour.
I think that sounds great. Oh, we could rent an RV. Oh,
I don't know how to drive an RV though.
Same.
We'll have a driver.
Maybe your sugar daddy can drive the RV. I'm picturing a tiny Asian man driving this big old RV. Like,
no, it was a white dude. At least
according to the screenshot and the language above it.
Well, that's because they put everything in Chinese because it's a Chinese app, and then they translate it to English for you.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, so it's good.
But anyway, yeah. No, I shut that down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Megatron just talking trash, and so there was this girl that came up, and she had like a big butt and big boobs, and tiny waist, and she's like, "Oh, hail Megatron!" And he's like, "We will take on the world together."
It's great. Like, he scares kids.
Oh my God! One kid dropped his like ice cream or something, and he was like, "I didn't do that."
To have such a snarky personality is like, what is the interview for that job like?
Be a smartass.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
You're just answering all my questions.
I'm on point today.
You are. I like it.
Yeah. I keep seeing all those videos because I haven't been on TikTok for the last 12 hours or however many hours.
Are you shaking yet?
No.
Me neither. I'm just kidding. I'm really,
but like, I have orders like
pending
on TikTok Shop, and I'm like, if it really goes down for like an extended period of time, which thank God it didn't.
Yeah.
But like, what happens to all of our orders?
That's what I was wondering, because last night Jackson was like, "Mama, can I order these? Or $5?" And I was like, "Dude, I don't know what's going to happen. So let's just pause on that. See if you can find it on Amazon."
Yeah. Which Amazon is like triple prices.
Depending on what it is.
And that's why they want to shut TikTok down. They better not mess with our TikTok prices.
They better not.
Jesus.
I got a new product on the TikTok shop a couple weeks ago that I've been trying. and I feel like it's working.
What is it?
So have you seen that? You might not. Your algorithm's probably different because I'm old, but it's like your face is just thirsty.
Yeah.
And
The
it's
little
the
light.
acid. Yes,
It's working?
I think so.
Because I don't think that the French pharmacy stuff is like really doing much.
Okay, yeah. Mine, it's like some kind of acid.
Yeah.
And
Hyaluronic acid.
yes, thank
Mhm.
you. I really think that I feel moisturized and plump. So
I'll have to get
I
that.
use it and then put moisturizer on top.
Mhm.
And I think it seems to be,
Doing it.
yeah.
No, I don't feel like this French pharmacy stuff that everybody had all
Mm-hmm.
over everywhere
Yeah.
is.
How about the Korean beauty stuff?
So one of the girls that I went to Florida with, or that
Yeah.
was at the retreat in
Yeah.
Florida, got the whole Medicube
Uh-huh.
kit or whatever. So she told me she'll let me know what she
Okay.
thinks of it.
Okay. I also got something that I want to try, and it's the big old forehead patches. Like we've tried the frownies, we tried the almost the tape, but I got the forehead patches that cover the whole thing.
Also, because I've got such like bags under my eyes or like dark circles, I want to try that. I think it's like by the Fix or something like that. But it's like a super like concentrated caffeine cream that is supposed to really. Like the Kardashians makeup artist was
Recommend it.
using it on her clients.
Okay. Let me know about that one
I
too.
will. I'm gonna go broke on that thing. This is why I should stay off of. I am like they're like super target market because I buy all the things.
Well, then maybe it's a good thing that you get a little 12-hour break.
Oh, I know. I got there was like a company out of Florida that does like all like body butters and stuff. And I love a good body butter.
Yeah.
Like I am a sucker
Yeah.
for a good sugar scrub or
Oh yeah.
a body butter.
My favorite part in the pedicure is when they do like a sugar scrub thing on your legs.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've had one on my whole body before, a sugar scrub. It was on a cruise ship and they did it. And then you got to go take a shower and they washed you off. No, I'm just kidding. But you did get to take a shower and they left the room and you get on the fluffy robe and stuff. But
I saw something on like one of the Clover groups, and there was a massage place.
yes.
You saw that too?
Yes.
The inappropriate massage.
I'm gonna go check it out. I'm going undercover.
Somebody had commented that like, where was the location?
And they showed a picture of the door and it said spa and it was like in letters that you just buy individually to spell something out. And they were like wonky, like not trying to be crooked to make it like quirky looking, but just were
Yeah.
not straight.
Yeah.
I'll report back. I'm not going to go to somewhere like that because if there's a bust when I'm there, I'm not going to jail. Oh, we can mic me up though. Okay. I might take one for the team.
They were not asking if you wanted the happy ending though. They
No,
were just
forcing
trying
the.
to
Where would I put the mic? Leave
in
it up.
your hair.
Leave it up to my
Put your hair in a bun and like.
I was thinking under a boob.
Well, not if they're touching everywhere.
That's true. I'm no touchy here.
Yeah, so I got 2 bundles of like body butters and
Yes.
stuff, and it hasn't come yet.
Okay.
So they, I think, oversold and everything's backed up now.
Hopefully it's not like the thing you ordered for.
Oh, so I got a shipping notice for that stupid thing.
Did you really?
Right? So I emailed, and I'm like, I don't want your stupid product. It's shipping from China, from a Chinese warehouse or whatever. It wasn't like it was a U.S. warehouse. 1 to 3 day shipping. It didn't get to like the shipping
Brooklyn or whatever.
No, like to a shipping facility in China.
Oh.
Like from the time it was picked up to the time it went to the shipping facility, it was like 3 days. And I guess because I had sent like 4 more emails yelling, they did like a return to sender on it automatically because I got a notice that it was a return to sender, but they still haven't like canceled the order.
You're gonna get like 7 of them.
No, they've like blocked me on the shop app. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, well, learn something every day, right?
You can still get on the website on the computer though.
Yeah. Booyah.
And they had to take off their Trustpilot score because they were lying about the score. And I turned them in.
I like it. I like it.
I am for the consumers.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
My superpower.
Oh, hey. I like it. I like people looking out for us.
All right, let's do our book review.
Okay.
So if you did not read the book or you are not into our book reviews, we will see you next week. Unless you want to just hear about it, we're happy to have you stay.
And you might end up learning something and want to be a bookie,
a bookworm.
It's better than a bookie. Totally different job description. Okay.
So this week we read Catch the Sun by Jennifer Hartman. And if you like books that punch you right in the feels,
yeah,
this is a book for you. It was a roller coaster.
It was. It was. It was a long one.
Yeah. You had every emotion, I feel like. I mean,
Yeah.
you had heartbreak, you had like love,
Eddie.
you had, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it took you through everything.
Uh-huh. Agreed.
Yeah. So I just asked ChatGPT to give me like a 2 sentence synopsis.
Okay, perfect.
Since we already read it last week, but
Yep.
just in case, it says Catch the Sun by Jennifer Hartman. If you like books that punch you in the feels and then apologize by making you fall in love with the characters, Catch the Sun is a story of heartbreak, second chances, power of love, and delusion. And I think
Perfect.
that was perfect.
That is perfect because if it would have stopped right after Power of Love, I would have been like, but
Yeah.
adding that delusion in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the book starts off with a bang.
Yes,
Like right from the get.
it does.
You are with Ella when she finds out her brother committed or is being accused of committing a
Yep.
murder.
Yep.
2 murders.
Yes.
So right from the get, I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
here we are.
Yep. And it starts out though, it also talks about her childhood.
And it's not a thriller.
No.
Just let's preface that.
Yeah.
It's not a thriller.
It
It's
is not.
drama.
And it is YA. But
Yeah.
I
don't think so because
I don't think so either, but
No.
that's the category it's
Yeah,
in.
but
It
should
is
not be.
spicy.
Yeah, it should not be a YA.
No. But it starts out at one point in the beginning, I don't remember at very beginning or just like when they do a little flashback, very sweet with her childhood and her childhood best friend and just their sweet little friendship. And, she's leaving to go with her dad and he gives her a flower, like just
Yeah.
precious.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
precious.
Mhm.
And then, like you said, it at some point in there, it talks about her brother who's being accused of this double homicide and I think he's already been accused and it's serving time.
Yeah, he was serving time. He got death penalty, didn't he?
Yes.
He was on
yes.
death row. Yeah.
He was on death row.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets you right from the beginning on this roller coaster.
Right. I think that the character development was so insane in this. She writes
Agreed.
phenomenally. Like,
Agreed.
and I love that there wasn't too many characters that you had to keep track of
Right.
in this book, but the characters that were in it were amazing.
There was maybe 6 characters between the couple, their siblings, their parents, and then like a friend or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. The growth in these characters, not only because they started them as little kids and then they get even to graduate high school, but just the depth that they all have and the emotions that have come out in them during all the situations and how they were very mature.
Well, they had to grow up very quickly.
Yes.
Both of them.
Mhm.
Max and Ella, which are our main characters, both had very rough couple of years.
Yeah.
So Ella had to deal with her brother being prosecuted on trial and then convicted. Max, his mother left them. His father has an illness and he had to become the head of the household pretty much. He had to take care of his twin brother and his dad. He gave up his childhood.
Yep. And Ella's dad left.
Yes.
And so she was left with her mom, and her mom was wrapped up in helping her brother get off death row.
Spent all of their money. They went broke.
So you're right. Yeah, they had to grow up really fast. At first, when I started listening to like when they're teenagers and they're hanging out, but they're not dating, that part, I'm like, I remember those days. I remember I feel like it brought so many emotions out in me where I could almost feel like that. Does he like me like that kind of thing? And then they went to the concert and then it escalated with their relationship. And I was like, whoa, that not quite, not quite like me, but you're right. She's an amazing author who I felt like a 15-year-old girl in that moment. It was crazy.
Yeah. I was so impressed. And I don't think I've read any other books
I haven't. No.
by this author, but I would totally read another one. I mean, it took you through every
It did.
emotion.
It did. She's very descriptive.
Yes.
So this was a very long book, 15, 16 hours, I think, to listen to, because she gives so much detail about so much. And I mean, you can skip through some of the detail if you want to, and some of the spicy scenes.
Because they were very descriptive.
And there was a lot of them.
Yeah. It was like the second half of the book.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I think I got to that point and I texted you and I was like, it gets so spicy.
Yeah. And it did. But I mean, she's so descriptive with the sunsets and the things that I think that's what makes her so good. Like you can really see and feel what she's trying to get you to see and feel.
Yes.
And that just makes her a very powerful writer.
Yeah. As the second half of the book is playing out, or like right towards the end, Ella's brother gets released.
Yes.
But right before that, there was New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Where Max had to stay with his dad. Another thing he had to miss out on because his dad was having an episode.
Yeah.
he had to stay home and make sure his dad was okay. So Ella goes to the party, and
Mhm.
his twin brother, him and his girlfriend just broke up. He was in a bad place, and
Mhm.
Ella, being the kind person that she truly is,
Mhm.
that many people don't get to see, was trying to help him
Mhm.
because he was in a really bad place. And this is where it could be very triggering for people, but he did try to sexually assault her
Mhm.
and then watched her fall down a cliff
Mhm.
and left her there to die.
Yes.
So there's so many like, oh my god, moments in the second half of the book. The first half of the book I didn't move slow,
Right.
but the second half of the book was much more like OMG.
Yeah.
Provoke.
Agreed. The first part of the book was it was building, and it, like you said, wasn't slow, but there was just momentum with getting to know everybody, and them trying to figure out their friendship. If she didn't even want to be friends,
Yeah.
and then going from there and building and growing. And then the second half, second, last third of the book, whatever, numbers are stupid, was very between the dad's episodes and then the brother getting released and the essay attempt and the murder attempt. And,
The murder.
yeah, yeah, that too. Like it didn't stop.
Yeah.
And I almost wasn't prepared for all of that because I'd just been coasting, and all of a sudden it's like,
Yeah. It was intense. Like the last bit of the book
yeah.
was pretty intense. And then having the twin brother doing this against
Mhm.
Ella, my first thought was that's what she's going to see every time she looks at Max
Yeah.
is his face
Hmm.
because they have the same face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then, dealing with that. And then
Hmm.
Ella's brother gets released, which is like, oh my God, this like complete like relief joy. And he didn't do it, but did he?
Yeah.
Because he got released on a technicality, and she was like, oh my gosh, she's home, and I was so wrong for ever believing
Right.
this. Um, only for him to turn around over here that this happened to her with the
With the
twin
twin.
brother, and him locking her in her room and going to
Yeah.
kill him, which
Yeah.
then she witnesses.
Yes. So,
I was
right.
like on the floor, not on the floor, but I was like, my
Right.
jaw was on the
Your
floor.
jaw's on the floor. Well, so she tells Max he didn't do it. And he was like, well, is he just, she was like, no, they let him out. He didn't do it. And he's like, trying to make her think through it.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I was like, well, maybe he really didn't. And
I was with you on that. I was like, I think if I was in that situation, I would have had the same reaction. Again, like
hmm
I'd be provoking all these thoughts in your
hmm
head, reading or listening or however you're consuming your words.
yeah.
I was with her. Well,
Yeah.
he didn't do it. Like the
Yeah.
way it was explained to her,
Right.
I was like, okay, he
Yeah.
didn't do it.
Yep. Yep.
But then it got like super weird. Well, where did the gun come from? And the mom's gun got stolen.
Yeah. The brother to me was creepy the whole book.
Same. Yeah, there was something off.
Like, why? I mean, I don't know. I don't have a brother. I don't know. But the protectiveness was like 1,000 times
Okay,
crazy.
and here's the other part like that I thought was weird. Why did she go with the dad for a year?
Yeah.
Why were the kids separated? That was
Mm-hmm.
weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened to the dad? Like he just disappeared. Like he went
Yeah.
off with the teacher.
Right.
But
You don't ever like
what?
hear
Where was he for the trial? Where was he when Ella was,
in the
you know,
hospital for a
conscious?
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where did he go?
Right.
He
And
just disappeared.
yeah,
He's gone.
he's gone. Who knows?
And then I was like, well, did I miss something? Did like I miss him? Like just as
No, he's just gone. I questioned that too. But the mom just left too. For Max's mom.
yeah,
So there was, I mean, I know she probably didn't want to spend too much time saying that because she wanted to talk about
yeah.
other things, but I just felt like the brother was very off of things that he would say and do. And so he turns her doorknob around
Yeah.
and locks her in the room.
That was like thought out before weird.
He gave me weird vibes.
So now you've got her dealing with her brother killing Max's brother.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Max dealing with his brother being dead, also with the knowledge that he tried to sexually assault
Mm-hmm.
Ella
Mm-hmm.
and left her there to
And
die.
left her for dead. Mm-hmm.
And me sitting there, I was like, I would never be able to come back from that. Like I don't think,
Yeah, that's a lot.
even though they had let all this time
Mm-hmm.
pass, like, and then they reconnected at the end, I don't know. I don't think I could come back from that.
I know. I don't think I
And
could
I
either.
don't think that I would have had the I I think I would have said what had happened when I woke up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have.
Almost covered up
Yeah.
for the brother for what he did.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I guess she did that to not hurt Max,
Right.
but he hurt me.
Yeah, I
And
don't think I would have done what she did.
right,
And I don't know because I'm not in that situation,
right,
but I don't think I would have, one, covered it up.
right,
And if she didn't cover it up, then dude would still be alive.
right. I was really proud of her though. So right before he gets killed, he confronts her and he tells her like, I was in a bad place. I'm sorry. Da, 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 da. I was proud of her for standing up for herself and being like, no,
Yeah.
that's not an excuse. You did this to me.
You're not sorry, or you're worried that you're going to get caught.
You're not sad or
You're not,
upset
yeah.
about what you did. Yeah, she's like, you pushed my legs apart. You did, and she listed the things that he did where there was no denying what his intentions were.
Punching her in the face.
Right, right,
Shut her up.
right. So I was proud of her in that moment, though, for even though she hadn't confessed to anybody else at that time what really happened.
It was killing her to lie, basically lie. Like, it was ruining her with Max. And
Yeah.
I think if she wasn't going to go to the police, I think my response would have been, you need to tell your brother what happened.
Yeah.
Whether the cops find out or not, you need to tell him because this is affecting my relationship with him now.
Yeah.
I think I would have told from the jump, I think, as soon as I woke up
Yeah.
and I realized what had happened. But if I was going to go her route and not tell the police because I didn't want the family destroyed anymore, then I would have made him tell
his brother. This goes kind of back to me saying that they're very mature, like them being able to move past that.
Yeah.
Even as a 40 blah blah year old woman, like I don't see how I could forgive somebody for killing my sister, even if she did something terrible, to be honest. Or
well, he didn't forgive the brother.
Yeah, right.
But he had so much guilt for what his brother did to her.
Yeah.
So I understand. I just don't know if the way that my brain is built. Yeah, it was an amazing back togetherness.
Yeah.
At the end, when I think it was like 4 years,
something like that. Yeah.
went by, and he fulfilled her end game goal.
Right.
And they got back together and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And she did go to the prison.
Yeah.
And tell her brother she wanted nothing to do with him ever again. When you get out, do not find me. I don't want anything to do with you.
Your last act of protecting me, because that was what he was all about, was protecting her. Your last act of protecting me is to leave me alone.
Right.
Yeah. So one of my notes that I had was, this brother, we never get any closure with if he did it or not. He did it, the first murders.
100%. I think so.
And that was bugging me the whole time, because that was such a big part of why she didn't want love, is because of how it made her brother act and commit these murders. So yeah, it was definitely he did it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
no doubt in my mind.
I would read more about her. I would read more about her. I enjoyed the book a lot.
What would you rate it?
I think I'd give it like an 8.
Okay, I'd go like 9.
Yeah, it was just a little too long for me and a little too wordy.
I was so impressed with how much, and I was enwrapped in the story.
Yeah, it was unpredictable, but predictable at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, something's going to happen somewhere because it's a book and that's what happens, but it's kind of unpredictable with, okay, like I thought he was going to SA her. Yeah. And then that was going to be it. I didn't think she was going to get thrown off the cliff. Pretty much. So, I mean, anyway, blah, blah, blah. I give it an 8.
There was one part of the book that Max's dad was coherent, and he had told Ella to live every day like it's your first.
I liked that.
Instead of every day like it's your last.
I liked that.
And that stuck with me throughout the whole book. I absolutely loved that.
I like that mentality too, because if it's your last day, you don't give an F and you're just, going balls to the wall. But if it's your first and you're experiencing everything for the first time, I liked that almost purity of that.
I know.
It was a good book. It was definitely a good book.
Yeah. So I loved it. Definitely would read more by her. It wasn't our thriller, but the drama in it.
Yeah, it's a lot of drama, a lot of different aspects. Not really a feel-good book, but it doesn't leave you feeling like crap either.
No, it took you on a roller coaster.
It really did.
Yeah.
Really did.
Came full circle though.
Yep. So that was our C book.
Yes. So our D book, which I did change because the one that I had initially put on there was more drama, and I was like, we need like a murder book.
We need a murder to palate cleanse the drama,
or like a thriller read book, or some kind of something different.
Yeah.
So I switched it to The Drowning Woman by Robin Harding.
Yes. Okay.
So the blurb for next week is Lee Gulliver never thought she'd find herself living on the streets. No one ever does. But when her restaurant fails and she falls deeper into debt, she leaves her old life behind with nothing but her clothes and her Toyota Corolla. In Seattle, she parks in a secluded spot by the beach to lay low and plan her next move. Until early one morning, she sees a sobbing woman throw herself in the ocean. Lee hauls the woman back to the surface, but instead of appreciation, she is met with fury. The drowning woman, Hazel, tells her that she wanted to die and she's trapped in a toxic, abusive marriage and that she's a prisoner in her own home. Lee has thwarted her one chance to escape her life. Out of options, Hazel retreats to her gilded cage, and Lee thinks she's seen her for the last time until her unexpected return the next morning. Bonded by desperate but difficult circumstances, the women soon strike up a close and unlikely friendship. And then one day, Hazel makes a shocking request. She wants Lee to help her disappear. It'll be easy, Hazel assures her, but Lee soon learns that nothing is as it seems, and Hazel may not be the friend Lee thought she was.
Ooh, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds really good.
So I am like halfway through.
Okay. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I can't wait to dig into that one.
Yeah. So I think that's about it for this week.
It is.
If you guys would be so kind to tell your friends to tune in, listen.
Please.
We are working on big things in the background, so we will be announcing those just as soon as they're ready.
Yeah.
And we are also going to have a episode coming up with our interview with Tracy. It won't be our normal format. It'll just be our whole interview with her.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited about that.
Me too. She is a hoot.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we will talk to you guys next week. We love you. Please follow, like, share, do all the things.
Thank you. We love you. What'd you say?
Leave a review.
Leave a review. Is that what I always say?
Yeah.
Leave a review. I don't know why you hadn't done it yet. I don't know what's holding you up. And I mean, your thumbs work. So you can type it. So, because you're listening to us now. So just do it. Thank you. We love you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.